Hey, what is up, good people? What is good? We are back here another marvelous Monday here on Pure Chat Live. I am your host, Damian Jackson, for the ones that might not know me. Guys, before we get started, we're going to ask you to drop a 1 in the comment box. If you can hear me clearly, drop a 1 in the comment box if you can hear me clearly. Just to give you guys a quick, brief recap from last week. We actually talked about Labor Day. I know it was after Labor Day because I wanted to do it on that Monday, but the rain wouldn't let me. So we did it on that Wednesday, and instead of doing the recap Wednesday. But got a lot of feedback from you guys. I appreciate you guys for watching us. Hey, and if you like what you see here, anything, click like. Make sure you're sharing it with somebody you know, somebody you don't know, somebody you like, somebody you don't like, your family, friends, and all that other good stuff. Tag them, tell them to come on in. But yeah, we talked about Labor Day last week, and how you guys celebrated Labor Day, and we talked about how Labor Day became. And so it's a lot of good information that we got from it. If you haven't yet, check the previous video out. Like I said, we here on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and we also on YouTube. So if you haven't done it yet, subscribe to our YouTube YouTube page at Pure Chat Live. Check us out. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification button so you can get notification when we update a new video. Now, to move on, we moving on. This train keeps on rolling. Yeah, if I don't see any ones in the comment box yet, guys, we're gonna wait till we see some ones, a thumbs up. If you can hear me clearly, if I need to make some adjustments or anything like that, let me know. But yeah, wanted to go ahead and give you guys our topic for today. What's up, Rennie? Come on in. Drop a 1 in the comment box if you can hear me clearly. And if you like what you see, hit love, click like, click the other emojis, wow, all those other good emojis. Whatever you want to click, just click it. I'm just glad for you guys to be here. But on another note, we're talking about our topic on today, and some of you guys may give us a little feedback on it because things happen. But we're talking about I know they talked about it all weekend long, and we're talking about the 9/11 attack that happened years ago. And where were you when that happened? If you knew you were home at work or anything, drop it in the comment box. Let us know, where were you when September 11th, the terrorist attack happened. I'm going to give you guys, I can tell you what I was doing. That was my freshman year at Claflin's, and I had an 8 o'clock class, and so I was in the 8 o'clock class, and after the class, we were walking on campus, and so we started hearing people say, class is closing by the day, class. I'm like, what? Why would they cancel, all the remaining classes throughout the day? And so, not knowing what happened, I got in the car and, started heading home. And so it popped, they started talking about it on the radio. And so I was like, whoa, what is going on? So when I got home, I actually, seen the video of what happened. And I was like, wow, that was, something, because I never experienced anything like that, that I can remember. I mean, things happen, every day and whatnot, but to see something of that magnitude, it was something else. It literally shook the world, not just the U.S. It was, they were talking about it in every country and everything. But just to give you guys a little background on it, if you weren't even born yet, because I know some of you guys, what they call them, millennial babies or whatever it is. But yeah, and just to give you a little background and info on it, it says the September 11th attacks, commonly known as 9/11, were 4 coordinated suicides, terrorist attacks carried out by the militant Islamic extremist network Al Qaeda against the United States on Tuesday, September 11, 2001. And it also goes to say the number, I couldn't believe it, but when everything was happening, and I was like, wow, it's like that's a lot of people in the building, not let alone the people in the airplane. It like I said, it was kind of devastating to like even go back to campus, back on campus to school, because it's like that's all we were talking about. I mean, like for the rest of the month, I think about the rest of the year we was talking about it, whether it was in class or out on the street or whatnot. Like I said, it affected a whole lot of people, and I didn't even know. If you didn't know, the number of deaths was like 2,900. I think 2,996 people that actually lost their lives on that day. And I was actually reading a note on Google, and it was saying if it wasn't for the people on the plane that tried to retake control of the plane, that who knows where that plane would have landed or collided with. And so I say it's a whole lot of stuff that happened within that that date. And it also says it says September 11, how many people did they save on 9/11? And it says their rescue was later portrayed in the Oliver Stone's film World Trade Center. In total, 20 survivors were pulled out of the rubble. The final survivor was Port Authority Secretary Janelle Guzman McMillan, was rescued 27 hours after the collapse of the North Tower. And like I said, it was a whole lot of stuff going on, with that at the Pentagon and all other stuff. It says, and really, how long did it 9/11 cleanup take? And it says after the September 11th attacks on the World Trade Center, the rescue and recovery cleanup of the 1.8 million tons of wreckage of the WTC site took 9 months. And listen, like I said, that was a whole lot going on that time. And it says on September 11th, nearly 3,000 people were killed, 400 were police officers and firefighters in the terrorist attacks at the World Trade Center in New York City, at the Pentagon building in Washington, D.C., and in a plane crash near Shanksville, Pennsylvania. And that was actually the flight that, the passengers, were trying to overtake, the terrorists. And so, we sent our thoughts and our prayers out to, those families that were, affected by it or that lost someone with this. Like I said, it said what on a given day, work day, it would have been up to 50,000 people, let alone in that building. And so I was like, wow, just imagine, all the people that really didn't come to work that day. And some, they had it, they were in the building that, made it out. But like I said, it seemed so unreal to actually sit and watch this on the news. And so, we were sitting around and watching it and listening, everything what the news people were saying, and all the people on the shows and stuff were saying. And we were still like in awe, like this really didn't just happen, because like I said, I've never experienced anything to that magnitude ever before that I can recall before then. And it also says and an additional 40,000 people passed through the complex. So that's 90,000 people right there that weren't in the building that usually is in the building. So that was a crazy thing, about that too. And it says another thing I read, it says passenger aboard United Flight 93 heard about the previous airplane attacks and attempted to retake control of the plane from hijackers. As a result, the hijackers deliberately crashed the plane in a Pennsylvania field instead of their unknown target. Like I said, we wouldn't have known where that plane would have ended up, but people that saw trouble, they actually jump to the rescue, or jump to try to retake the plane, and that takes courage, heart. Like, it takes guts to actually get up out your seat when these guys are maybe armed or whatnot, and what they were trying to do. It takes a whole lot of courage to say, okay, let's try to overtake this person, or these people that were trying to cause harm to other individuals. And in the midst of losing their lives, they were actually considered heroes. And these are not and maybe just everyday people just riding on the plane going to their destination, but this attack happened. And so from them listening to the previous airline the flights and everything that would happen, when they actually encountered it themselves, like I said, it took a lot of courage, a lot of guts to try to do something to help other individuals. And that goes to say, even around in our neighborhoods, there are individuals that don't care, no matter what the danger is or whatever. They're going to try to help and save individuals, or whatever the case is, because that's just who they are as people. Resilient, tough, rugged. Look, like I can keep going on and on, but it was something amazing that they did that. And it says, I read something else, says, while video accounts of the WTC attack aired immediately, no video footage of the Pentagon attack was publicly released until 2006. So I guess they had to go through the format of seeing what was what, and making sure it was okay to show what happened, and the crash and everything, the crash site and stuff. And it says something else, though both the police and fire departments of New York City had their own emergency response procedures, the two departments did not have a coordinated response plan to a major incident. And it goes and says, the attack on the World Trade Center and 9/11 resulted in the largest loss of life by a foreign attack on American soil. So with that being said, it also talked about people that were involved with it, whether they were out there helping clean up the rubble, or whether they were just happened to be in in the middle of everything. They also had to, later on in the years, they had post-traumatic stress syndrome. And so with that, I believe if anything that reminds them of that day, or whatever the case is, it's a lot to deal with, and it's a lot of anxiety, stress, and everything else, just because of what happened or what they were affected by. And like I said, there's so many people lost family members and friends and all of this other things. It was crazy. Like I said, drop your comment in the comment box, guys. Where were you when 9/11 where 9/11 took place? Whether you were home, whether you weren't born then, or at work, at school, whatever it is, drop it in the comment box. Let us know. It also says they had respiratory problems like asthma and lung inflammation. also developed at abnormal rates for those in and around the World Trade Center during and after the attacks. So you have people that weren't even, involved in it, but were in the area where it happened. They were affected, whether it was they breathe, their lungs, or anything like that. And it also says in 2019, the United States Senate passed a bill ensuring that a fund to compensate victims and the September 11th attacks never run out of money, and that first responders won't have to return to Congress to plead for more funding. So basically, they are taking care, the individuals that were affected by it, health wise, or lost your loved one or anything like that. But like I said, it was a lot to deal with. It was a lot to even watch. Even with now, with things going on, one thing that really kind of choked me up when the shooting happened at the elementary school in Texas, and that really kind of hit me in a way as a father, because you always want your son or your daughter, when they go to school, and you're in the routine of seeing them go up to school and come back home from school, and not even thinking to say, this might be my last time seeing them. And it kind of, and as I was watching and as the parents were talking, and the officials were talking, it like I said, it kind of hit me as a parent, because at the end of the day, I want to know, I'm praying that my child is safe going there and safe coming back, but at the same point in time, we have to cherish the times that we have with our loved ones, with our friends, or whoever it is. Listen, because I was just saying the other day, life is too short, and to sit here and wonder this and that, having issues within your family, within relationships and stuff. Life is like it goes like a snap, a quick go. And so the thing is, I never want to get to a point where I get upset at a person that I'm involved with, whether it's relationship, family, friends, or anything. I don't want to get to a point where I start basically taking each moment for granted, because like I said, you never know what goes on throughout the day. We sit, we pray and whatnot, and we ask God for his protection.